Okay, this is going to be the last of the C10 brake updates. You know, I've had it with doing these, working on this C10 rear brake kit. I'm just going to go over kind of real quick the deficiencies with the front and the rear that I found. So this was sold by Bro Speed, which I believe, disclaimer, I believe it's the same company as SAE Speed. I have messaged them on eBay. I didn't really go out of my way to get a hold of them with my gripes because you know, where I am shipping is just a pain in the butt. So I just kind of have made everything work. So first off, front and rear kit, first impressions are good until you get to installing them. The front kit over there is shipped with half-inch front studs. So I put half-inch studs in the rear with big shoulders because this truck's getting a lot of power. They do advertise it as a C10 6-leg kit up to 69, and now I see in the ad, I don't know if it was there before, that it's shipped with rotors with a 3-inch center bore. Now these ones I had to drill to just over 3.5 inches because the pilot on the axle is 3.59 inches, 3.57 to 3.59 inches. So that in itself is a major problem. These brackets here, I believe dimensionally this is how they wanted them to sit. They wanted to space the caliper that far out from the axle, and, you know, it leads for good clearance. It's actually really tight, a tight compact setup, so I can run 15s, my 15-inch alloy wheels with this. But where they messed up was this sleeve here, which is on the back side. They planned for it to be on the inside. I did flip these brackets side to side, and the reason I had to do that was because the sleeve is too long, so much so that it's pushed the whole caliper and pad over inwards too much, and the pad drags. So how you combat that is you just flip the bracket side to side and you shim it out. Three to four washers in my situation works great with these rotors. And again, if anybody knows where these rotors are from, I have the dimensions in that last video. If anybody knows where they're from, just let me know. I think the closest match is K10, like 80-ish K10 front rotors, although these do have a machine service for parking brake in the inside. I have no idea where they're from, but dimensionally I think the K10 is the closest, and if it doesn't quite work, you can always shim the bracket at least outwards to make it work. Now the last thing, I think the last thing that I've noticed with this this whole brake setup, which kind of proves that they didn't plan it out or even maybe even assemble it to see that it does work in the real world, but the pads are contacting the rotor, so you know they're dragging. It's tight. I think maybe wherever they source the rotors from, the hat's too large. You know, I think the spacing, like I said just a minute ago, I think the spacing where the caliper is in the right location. That's what they planned. Everybody makes a bracket almost identical to this, and this is probably no different, but the rotor they're shipping it with is wrong in several different ways. Maybe the hat's too large and the bore's too small, so that had to be worked. This had to be worked. Yeah, I'm just not exactly pleased with it. A couple other things with the kit. I did mention before that the front had half-inch studs, and you have to flip in half-inch studs to that. No big deal, but you want everything to match. I don't like the fact that they use front and back. They use a different, like a mix-up of metric and imperial calipers just for the banjo bolts. That's not ideal. And in the front kit here, I'm using shank mag wheels, and the pattern here, what is it, 6 by 5.5? It is slightly off. Like if you were running regular conical wheels, steel wheels with tapered lugs, you wouldn't notice. But if you're running a shank lug nut here, this hub, you know, with this rotor, this hub is slightly off. So, you know, I had to ream out. Yeah, I'm not pleased with this, but I've already done it. I had to ream out my wheel ever so slightly to make this all work. Now, it's just crazy, right? It's just not well thought out, not planned. And in the future, my big issue here is, where am I going to find replacement parts? Like I gotta pick up some K10 rotors and see exactly how everything pans out. But yeah, that's my main gripe is how am I gonna service this in the future? Like if I break an axle at the track, like I can't just go buy another axle. I gotta get another axle, drill it, put some studs in it. I'm never doing that at the track. I'll probably have to just keep some 7/16 lugs with me, and then it's just crazy. And if you buy pads, you gotta buy pads and you gotta grind them down. Kind of crazy. So yeah, that pretty much sums it up. Now that everything's working, well, I don't even have it working, but now that everything is fit, once I grind this down, that's it. It's all done. I might just put it up locally, post it up locally for sale as a C10 6 lug kit. I might even give them the axles, and then figure something else out. I'll throw on the rims for free, and maybe I'll switch it to 5 lug. I just don't like the fact that replacing these parts is going to be a chore in the future. I might go to just a regular C10 5 lug front rotors, and then I'll get some sort of other rear axle here, and then have it drilled to 5 lug and make it work. I'd really like a Trailblazer SS 14 bolt. The offset's all wrong, but then I'm getting new wheels anyway, so maybe we'll have that work. I kind of even thought about switching it up to 8 lug. You know, it seems ridiculous for a race truck, but I got some 8 lug wheels, and maybe that's the solution. But what I don't like is that everything had to be modded here for a kit that should be bolt-on. It's not bolt-on. So yeah, I'd go back and watch the prior videos. Everything was all roses initially for any unboxing, but then when you get to actually putting it on, this is what you find. So hopefully this helps somebody. Yeah, I'm sure it will if you're looking at these kits. If you have any questions, let me know. If you know where these rotors came from, I'd really like to know that too, but I'm thinking K10. So yeah, like, subscribe as always. Hope you like the update, and I hope it helps somebody out there. Peace out.